Welcome to the Let's Get Paid podcast, y'all. This is episode 24. And as always, you got my bro in the house, the incomparable, the oh so cool, always on time for school, because he's teaching the class, hoping you pass. But hold up.
Cool as swerve.
That's on levels. I didn't think about that. Do it again, dog. Damn, that was a good intro.
And you said 24 and 25.
That was smooth, man. I was blown away, man. Wow.
Welcome to the Let's Get Paid podcast. We are on episode 25, and as always, we have the incomparable, too cool, absolutely iceberg. How cold is cold? Cooley, motherfucking Swerve in the house, y'all.
Cool as swerve.
What's happening?
What's going on? What's happening? How y'all doing, good people?
Yeah.
Positive vibes and many blessings as always.
Nice. And of course, you know, I'm in the house. Your boy.
First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and weighing in at 247 pounds. His record stands at 9 victories, including 8 knockouts, 3 losses with 1 draw from
Atlanta, Georgia.
He is the man known as
Chemo, y'all.
Oh, yeah. We also have a special guest today. I know you just heard it. Come at the end of my fucking drop like that, making it all sexy. Miss Queen Green is in the house, y'all.
Hey.
And, yeah, we got a lot of interesting subjects to talk to you about today. You know what I mean? Of course, we had to bring in the teologist here, the expert tea mixer, the one that's going to be providing you with that iced tea, that green motherfucking tea that you still don't need the mug for. Even though it's ice in the mug, you're going to need the mug because it's so cold, it's hot. So cold, it's hot. But without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let her get into the subjects at hand, and you go ahead and take the mic back.
Okay, so have y'all heard about the whole Chloe and Tristan situation?
No, I can't say that we have. We're guys that we don't follow such, but
Yeah.
Okay, well, Chloe, when I say Chloe and Tristan, Chloe Kardashian, of course, and Tristan Thompson. You know what I'm saying? He's a basketball player. So come to find out, Chloe was Kardashian this week. When I say Kardashian, I mean she was played like the Kardashians play people. Her sister's best friend Jordan was over here Kardashian with Tristan, which is her baby father.
oh hell no!
Nice. Got her.
Yes, he had a party or something, and they was over there being all cozy, and him and Jordan, not him and Chloe, him and Jordan was over there being cozy, snuggled up, kissing, loving, touching, and yeah, so it's a whole big rift right now in the Kardashian Jenner family pool thing. Everybody basically saying that it's, karma because, Chloe, she's stolen Trey songs from Lauren London. She's stolen French Montana from Trina. And she also stole Tristan from his big mama, who I don't know. I don't know what her name is. But yeah, while she was pregnant, on top of that. So all of this is karma for Chloe.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of Hocus Pocus, actually. Like, I believe the Kardashians are like the last witches from Salem.
You really do think they witches?
I'm beginning to think that for real. Like, they be out there just finessing, somehow always getting with the top stars, and yeah, yeah. They're making some kind of witch's brew in that Kardashian household, and it's just like sucking the souls out of men. And then, just like in Hocus Pocus, when Buddy had drank that potion, and like one of the Sanderson sisters was just sucking the soul out the men. Well, this was one of those cases where Tristan Thompson actually had got like a get out card, I guess. Like somebody flashed the light, and some chick just pulled him out, and he seen the light. It was like, all right, y'all got the kid, yeah, that's true. I got ties, but damn it, I think I'm free.
But this is not the first time he done cheated on her. It's just who he cheated on her with. He's cheated on her before.
Yeah, I've heard about that in the past. Yeah,
while she was pregnant, right before she was getting ready to give birth, he cheated on her. But that's not the first time I heard the whole witches brew, whatever conspiracy theory, but I can see it. But my whole thing is she's not winning. Chloe has never won. So it's like, is she like the collateral damage of the family? Because every relationship she's been in has never went anywhere.
I mean, as far as her getting married, I think in this day and age, like they really, unless like there's a type of financial gain in order, then marriage usually doesn't come that often, with celebrities. Like the Kim and Kanye thing, that was just, I don't know. I don't want to say a spur of the moment, but it was just something that just happened. Like Kanye took a look at J and B and was like, you know what? I want to do something similar like that as soon as possible. And he just kind of jumped on and did it.
But I can see her younger sister, Kylie, getting married to Travis Scott.
Yeah, I could see that.
But she still ain't married. And then the last marriage she was in, he was cheating on her too. But to compound all of that, he was also a crackhead. So it's like you are having bad luck with every dude that you're with. And it makes me believe that it's because of how you're getting them. Because how you get them is how you lose them every single time.
Maybe she's not a full Kardashian. There's also another conspiracy theory.
Yeah, she's definitely not a full Kardashian.
That she's OJ's daughter. Because she's the tallest out of all of them. She has the facial features somewhat similar to OJ Simpson. And just her physique and her build doesn't necessarily, like, you look at the dad, Robert Kardashian, and then you look at OJ. And then put Chloe in the middle of both of them. And then just have Kris Jenner. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just have Kris Jenner.
Did you see the OJ movie?
Yeah, I watched it on the little documentary series. Yeah.
Did you see the hairstylist that her mom was close to though? You might have to go rewatch it.
Okay.
She looks a lot like that hairstylist.
Okay.
The old Chloe.
Okay.
Looks a lot. I don't think she's OJ's daughter. Now I've heard that too. To me, her skin would be a little bit darker, but then it has been times where people have come out like her.
Oh yeah.
And still been black. But I just don't see it. But back to what I was saying, I do believe she is the daughter of that hairstylist because she looks exactly like that hairstylist. The nose, the strong cheekbones. She has no browning of the skin. Like she's not Rob Kardashian's daughter at all. Period.
Yeah, I think what I'm thinking is going on here is there's a lot of secrets being kept within that family, and this is a lot of things that we suspect. I'm pretty sure they're already privy to. So it's more so with this particular situation. I think I heard something about it now that you told me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Something about the girl had to move out the house, then I kicked her out.
Out of Kylie's house, yeah.
They got some before and after pictures of old girl when she was like regular, and then now. So like
before and after pictures of Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody has before and after pictures of Jordan. You mean when she was heavier?
Yeah, well, when she wasn't looking like nothing apparently, and then she went. I don't know. I never seen the pics. This is what they've been describing.
I've never seen the pics either. But if they want to bring up pics, it was Kylie. You have before and after pics too, and at least Jordan is still black. At least Jordan is still light skinned. At least Jordan is still who she was from day one. You are totally different. So them pics don't mean shit. And if you're trying to bring up pics, they mean absolutely nothing because you're not who you were when you were younger. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're a totally different person with all black features. You're just not black. And that's what I think it is. Like, y'all, somebody said on Facebook, they're envious of black women but want black men or something like that. Something to that effect. Y'all are envious of black women. Y'all like, no. I
kind of feel like it's a little bit taboo though, like with that way when it comes to like, white women and black men. I feel like those are the ones that are actually kind of like at times shut out from the country. Like they're not really permitted to make power moves and decisions like that. Of course, you have the white man that's at the top that's running everything. And then you have black women who, just for some reason, they're just fed up with us. Black men have given up on us and they see, a white guy as a way for them to, excel themselves in society. Now, of course, I'm all for interracial marrying. I mean, you should be who you want to be with, but why is it at times like when a black guy dates a white chick, it's all of a sudden like, he's sold out, or he ain't down for the cause. But like when a black woman dates a white man, they're like, yeah, you go ahead, girl. You done made yours. Yeah, I see you done made your way now.
That's not true. That's not true.
It really is.
No, it's not.
Those are the stereotypes that they push on.
I know it's not because Serena is a big thing on. Now we getting ready to segue to Serena. When Serena got with old boy, she was called the bed wench. She was called all types of shit that wasn't conducive to her being who she was. It wasn't a level up for her. You see what I'm saying? It was like, oh, why didn't she marry Drake? Why didn't she marry Common? Why you know what I'm saying?
None of those dudes wanted to get married at the time. Even still now they're not married. We just found out about Drake's kid. So that nigga wasn't ready to marry Serena Williams. What? Nah.
Then on top of that, you got to look at it this way: like we're talking like the normal woman, not like your superstar. Like when you're a superstar, there's expectations that are pushed on you already.
Yeah, we don't live in that world, so we don't know how that stuff goes.
Like everybody in this, everybody in the normal world, has expectations from their employer, expectations from their mom. These superstars have expectations from the whole world and a certain reputation to uphold. And, whenever you deviate from the norm, when you're in a status like that, people are going to have questions and people are going to have opinions. And the thing about it is when you're a publicized person, you're basically a poster board to where people can stamp opinions. So I feel like
I just don't agree with y'all when y'all say that when a black man when a black man gets with a white woman, he's like automatically like, oh, why y'all looking at, like, why you with her, or
like why he couldn't get a sister?
Like, why is it being negative?
Because they do it to Childish Gambino.
But because Childish Gambino went on television and said that he would never ever be with a white woman. He would never have a child with one.
Never marry.
Well, same thing.
No, it's not same thing, because he already has 2 children with a white woman.
But he's not going to marry her. But he's already procreated with her.
So I mean, my whole thing is
that makes no sense.
I didn't like
you
that
made children with somebody against your race, but you're talking about you're not gonna marry her. Bullshit.
My whole thing with that is, let's
call bullshit bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit.
You're right, but look, listen though. My whole thing with it is like, and I had drew issue. I mean, I'm the one who brought that to your attention.
You did.
And the thing about that is, I didn't like that was said, because, what does that say about, how fucked up is that for your kids to be able to go and play that interview and know that you said you'll never marry their mother? How does that make her feel, knowing that in your mind you'll never marry her, but she was good enough for you to fuck and you happen to make kids? Like, come on, don't do all that.
That's why it was bullshit, because he's going to eventually marry her. Let's keep it 100.
You gotta remember this line from Earl Sweatshirt: 2 black for the white kids and 2 white for the blacks. That's Childish Gambino's life. And you gotta understand this: that whole "This Is America" thing was done at a timed manner, and it was copied off of somebody else.
Yeah, it was.
So, I mean, we could, go into that, but, I'm gonna have to ask the audience to do some research there, because we do have a lot of topics to cover, and we've already stayed on this longer than I'd like. But
I just don't agree with y'all. I don't know how we came from Kylie and Jordan to that, but I don't.
Welcome to the Let's Get Paid podcast, because that's what happens.
I don't agree with y'all that it's always like negative when it comes to black men with white women, but then when it's white men with black women, it's not negative.
Well,
that's totally not true. I look at both of them. I look at both of them as an issue, because neither one of y'all should be with the oppressor. For one,
you're going too hard.
I am. I'm getting too emotional. Point blank, I don't agree with it. I don't agree that it's.
I mean, you should be with who you love. That's what I.
Yeah,
you should always be with who you love.
Like, that's where I want to
forget whatever stereotypes or stigma society places.
You pushing things, so you should be with who you love.
Yeah,
you don't understand exactly what's going on here. Let me just put it this way.
Man, who you want to people?
Yeah,
He's pro-black, everything.
You can still be pro-black, but also you need allies.
I'm pro-black.
We can't fight these fights by ourselves. Yeah. We need allies.
And I understand that. And this is where you got to draw. Like, I want to combat hate with love. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Like, real talk. Like, because I used to.
So you're okay with interracial relationships?
I feel like if it's something that makes you happy, then do it, because that's what the world is about right now, and the world needs to understand that the world is changing. You're gonna have to accept certain things, and you can't. What may fit right for you.
So you're saying that you're okay with all the commercials being white and black women, like white men and black women together.
Now,
as long as they don't show the single black mother like struggling, like, oh yeah, this is the stereotype you want to paint. Like, no. We know that they're not going to do that, because it's going to be a whole bunch of black people coming for them for that. But they've done that already.
I'm talking about literally every commercial is interracial relationships, as if they're trying to wipe out the fact that black people are still with black people and white people are still with white people. Most of the commercials for the major corporations are intermingled or interracial relationships.
But you got
each and every one.
Yeah, and the thing about that, what gets on my nerves about that is, okay, it was pretty cute when Cheerios did it.
Yeah.
When Cheerios did it, I was like, okay, Cheerios.
And they got so much backlash off of them doing it.
Well, let me finish. Cheerios did it. I was cool with it. And then I turned around and see another company doing it. I forgot which, because so many companies undid it. It's to the point to where anytime you see a couple, they're not going to be the same race. So at this point, it's like you're kind of, it's okay to, it's like when you're trying that hard to not be racist, it seems racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a try hard at anything.
I mean, because to me, it's like you're not promoting. It's okay to still be within your race. It's okay to still, if you're black and you want to be with somebody black, show that. Like black people are still marrying black people. White people are still marrying white people. Chinese are still marrying Chinese. It's okay. Like, but to keep on putting white and black, or a Spanish and white, or a Chinese and black, like, come on. We know what it is. It's been like that for years.
Like that.
But to continually put it in our face is not okay.
It's not. And my whole thing is the world is, the world isn't what it was 10 years ago. It's certain things, you just can't say without getting canceled in this cancel culture. And
that's the truth.
You don't want to be one of the people canceled. You get what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people try to tread the line of being careful, as to what they say, what they do on anything that's going to be publicized, because people will go back to that and say, hey, you said this or you said that, and they'll hold you accountable for it years later when your views might have changed at the time. You know what I mean? You can't hold what I said on MySpace about 14 years ago, or even what I said in some rhymes I may have wrote years ago. But I already know, eventually when this shit blow up, there's gonna be a point to where people gonna dig up some of our old tracks and be like, oh, you were talking about selling drugs, talking about doing this, talking about pimping hoes, talking about doing all types of other shit, drugs and stuff, all these other negative things. Let me tell you something. I was a kid that grew up in times where, I did grow up in the hood area. You know what I mean? I grew up in Scottsdale, Georgia. And
Scottsdale?
Yeah, what's up? Shouting it out. Small city with big heart. You know what I mean? And it's more like a little village. And huh? Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll hear it. I'll hear this in post. Whatever you said, I'll hear it in post. So just know that.
Well, it's unincorporated. That's what I said.
I mean, well, I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either. I just know when you drive into Scottsdale, it says unincorporated.
Well,
unincorporated.
But hey, we're not a corporation.
It has nothing to do with corporation. I think it has to do with just like the city itself.
Well, damn, that's fucked up.
Maybe it means like there's no cops and there's no courts and there's no.
Over there.
Scottsdale has cops.
They don't get there fast.
Scottsdale, the city has.
I mean, they probably do now because they gentrified it. Like they started with the Toby Grant projects. Yeah,
so, they gentrified the fuck out there.
Cops, because it's right down the road from, of course,
so they have this. So Emory, it's like Pine Lake,
DeKalb Medical.
Do they have their own police?
No, Scottsdale doesn't have their own police. No, they would be under. They still fall under DeKalb County.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's what I would think unincorporated means. Like they don't have. It's like it's its own city, but it.
That's what it is. It's still Decatur.
Yeah, I mean Tucker would be essentially the same too because they don't have Tucker police, but you have DeKalb County police. That,
right.
Their precinct, they have one over there in the Walmart. Yeah. Parking lot.
Okay.
But yeah, we gotta move on to the next subject, y'all.
I don't think Jordan should get that much backlash from stealing Kardashian's man. That's pretty much the gist of that whole story.
Good job. She smacked the witch's brew out of his hand.
The black dude back to where he's supposed to be, and that's with us. That's it. And that's my opinion. I'm never gonna change it, and. Hey, it is what it is.
I can respect.
Hey, that's how you roll.
They already got too many of them. Take it.
Look, there you go.
It is what it is.
Our point, though. You're proving our point.
What point is that?
What you just said just now.
But What do you mean? Men is not gonna be over there like, oh yeah, you see that black chick with that white dude. Y'all not finna be like that. Us black women will say stuff like that. Us black women are catty. Us black women are angry. You see what I'm saying? Like all the good ones always end up somehow with the white women or Spanish or Chinese or whatever. So we have every right to be upset.
It's not really always all the good ones.
Yes, it is.
I feel like what you value. Let's put it this way. I was just discussing. We'll go ahead. Let me just before we get into this next joint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just say this: good and bad is a subjective thing. You understand? What's good for one person may be bad for another person. This is seen in all types of examples, straight across the board. There is an equilibrium that must be upheld in a lot of situations, almost every situation. You could say virtually every situation. If something happens here, something goes down there. Something decreases for something to increase. Nothing can be created from nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all alchemy. It's all a correlation and shit. So I lost myself. I was
talking about black
alchemy, soul creation. Nothing is created from nothing.
Yeah.
So
how did that come together?
Good and bad situations. I mean,
good and bad. There we go. So just because he might seem good to some, that individual may have qualities that decreases his value overall. Like if we were to have set some type of standard or criteria for you to have, I promise you there's areas to where if he's excelling here, he's here somewhere else. Everybody has those highs and lows. It's all about picking which handicap you'll be willing to accept from somebody. And that's basically ultimately what somebody would say good and bad. Like, you could have a dude that don't work, nothing like that. But he's like really good with kids or some shit like that. That somebody's like looking at him like, he's such a good father. Totally ignoring the fact that he's not putting any money in the house. Totally ignoring the fact that he's probably just gonna be at the house all day. You're gonna see a lot of them. Those might be perks to that person. And then, you never know. It goes even back as deep as like one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that statement lies true as ever as well. So I just want everybody to kind of think about it like that. What, when you say good and bad, are we talking you're good and bad? Or are we talking good and bad overall?
Talking about Gad. G-A-D. Gad. Good and bad.
Oh.
Just minus the L. No glad. So, you're in between, bro. Right in between, bro.
Oh, shit. No. With that being said, we need to get on to the next subject. We're going to get on to the next subject, y'all. It's all subjective, y'all. Just know everything is subjective. Reality is exactly what it is. It is how you perceive it. That is the only thing that creates reality.
Perception. People see what they expect to see.
Exactly. You decide exactly how great your day is going to be. That fucking simple. But anyway, it's crazy out in these streets, yo. It's crazy out in these streets. Cause man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Niggas out here rocking the weave.
Man weave.
Man motherfucking weave. Man whizzle. You're gonna go ahead and put this nigga on blast right here.
Y'all know y'all late, right?
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
DJ Oh my God.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and check out this video of DJ Self getting his man weave on. You know, and you know, this is not something. This isn't how I grew up. You know what I mean? This is definitely some type of.
Can I say something?
Let me go and do my intro to the thing. Let me do my intro.
He's not the only man that has a
You know,
man
it's a
weave.
lot of them. It's a lot of
It's
them.
a whole lot of them.
It's a thing. It's becoming a thing to where it's now under debate. Women can do it, and everything's supposed to be equal.
Man, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it, man. It's a new day.
And they feeling good. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.
Hot damn. It's a new day. Got the fucking
money, man.
Woo!
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, they singing all that right now.
Oh man, this guy right here. We didn't even play the video. We crack it up already. But like real talk, like let's play the video and you tell me what y'all be the judge, because obviously this is, like I said before, this is perception. What might be good to me might be bad to y'all. What might be bad to me might be, you know, I don't know. Whatever.
We get it.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So we're gonna go play this shit.
You see what's going on, Flex? You see what's going on, Commodore? Summer's about to be lit. Ooh, yo, just so lit, dropping the sunroof already. And not the sunroof over here. The sunroof right here. Woohoo! Yo, y'all need to get your shit right, man. I'm just saying. Like, you see, and I'm about to get the waves too. Woohoo! I'm about to get the waves too. Oh, it's over for ladies. Listen, hit me up right now. Slide in my DM. I'm available. Hit me up. I'm just saying. Ooh. Ooh. You see that? Ooh. Crazy. Oh, hold on.
Does he take it?
Grr, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Breezy Obama, and I'm back with another Street Watchers radio exclusive. Now, DJ Self, as you can see, he got a new dude. You know, he got the top clean now. It's not missing no more. And this is what he looked like before. You know, it basically was nothing there, basically. I'm just saying. Now, here's my question. Guys, is it okay? Like, is this what we have come to? Like, are we willing to do this? Like, to get up, to get our...
Hold on, yo. That shit is some sorcery there. Like, now y'all could be getting catfished on the hairline. Like, y'all
It's
could,
all good. I don't see a problem with it, honestly.
So okay, you're not my girl right now, okay?
Okay.
And I mean, like, for the pod right now. Example.
But I am.
You are. What I'm saying is...
Are you finna use yourself as an example?
Say for instance.
Okay, hold on. Let's say you met me, right? And I had, you know, one of those looks right there. You thinking it's all real. Of course, I'm not gonna tell you it's a male enhancement, because that's what they're calling it now. They're calling it a male enhancement. A me. Niggas getting a me and shit.
Mr. Me. Damn.
Oh Lord.
But y'all been going in on us about us manipulating y'all.
We can't
talking about the weaves and shit.
We can't say nothing else about it. I feel like if they going out here doing stuff like, and me personally, I've always been a fan of natural hair.
He is.
I've always.
I like weaves.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with. I feel like rock whatever you want to rock. You know, whatever makes you feel special, then you make sure that you're out there being the best version of you.
So are y'all both? Are y'all okay with this, or are y'all not okay with this? Because then I will have a question afterwards.
Well, my perception of this reality is it does not fit within the one that I exist
Okay, so if you were losing your hair, you would not want to have hair back on your head? If you were going bald,
Nah, not that bad. Not that bad.
so you will be okay with going bald, even if you look weird.
Because
with a bald head.
it's still like this goes back to what I was telling you about sauce. You know, it's a certain sauce you exude. You know what I mean? And it's the same type of reason why Idris Elba doesn't have to dye his shit black. He can have the salt and pepper. Why?
But Idris Elba ain't going bald though.
But he has the sauce.
I came to rap it up, do my thing. Sabi put me on the gram and a remix thing. Pull tight Wiley with the Pacino flow. Godfather part 2, call me De Niro.
He does have the sauce. You're 100% right, and he has the accent, and it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Denzel has the sauce.
Exactly, he does.
He could go bald tomorrow, and he'll still have the sauce without any need.
He could.
He won't need a male enhancement.
You're 100% right.
So what if Stevie Wonder got that, to fill in the dreads? Or the braids.
It would be too late for Stevie.
We
That's
all
how
know.
I feel for Stevie. But then I don't see nothing wrong with that.
So you would date me if I was wearing a male enhancement.
As long as I know that it's a male enhancement, yeah.
But see, you don't know.
You don't know.
But I should know.
Well,
like it's not. So you're saying that if you was to meet me, would you want me to tell you that I have a weave in my hair?
But you can tell.
Exactly.
But you can't tell. You can't tell. That's the thing about it.
Like that is a futuristic toupee right there. Like that's what it is. A man weave is a futuristic toupee where you're that stylish where it knocks back years off the clock. Like you look like this guy looks like he's about to go to the mall, maybe walk somewhere, and then he's just like, you know what?
The real catfish
just wave it up.
Was the one with the old man, and this nigga had no teeth in his DJ Self. That's an enhancement for DJ Self. He was losing his hair. DJ Self has to have a certain image. So I could understand.
It works for him.
And he looks good with it. He looks okay with it. But the real catfish was that old ass man that was the next person after DJ Self that had no teeth in his mouth. His whole shit was gray. And after that, they had his whole shit dyed right here. This whole thing on. He totally looked different than who he was. That's a catfish. You see what I'm saying? DJ Self is not a catfish.
I think it does change.
It's better than a toupee.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where Costanza got the toupee.
Exactly.
Is George still wearing that toupee?
Yeah.
Doesn't he know how ridiculous he looks in that thing?
I think he looks fantastic.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I never realized what an attractive man he is.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
And he was like, everybody was like looking at him different. He got a job promotion.
See?
I mean, image does, for some people, produce positive, but what happens is it's because of how the image makes you feel and what you exude after that, which then becomes the sauce. Do you get what I'm saying? So either way it goes, it still goes back to the sauce.
It's just about some people need instruments to make them feel better while others don't.
Other people are just naturally confident.
Yeah,
they walk in and own the room. You ever seen like one of those people that like we work customer service for? So it might be a customer that comes in and he's not rude, but he does command attention. But there's not anything necessarily special about this individual. It's just his demeanor. Your demeanor demands respect. I don't know, like you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you can see somebody and you can almost kind of guess that there's somebody of importance, even if they're not wearing anything to signify it.
Man, I remember when I was a server, man, I had this lady come into my section, man, and right when she sat down, you could tell that she had that demeanor about herself, like she was someone of a high importance. Of course, I get to the table, man, to introduce myself, see if she's ready to order, if she wants to know the specials or whatnot. And she was like, I want some hot tea. I want it hot, 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 hot. I want it hot. Like she said that many times to specify how hot she wanted the tea. And I was like, okay, can I get you anything else? She's like, give me a minute to look at the menu, but for now you can get the tea. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll be back. So I go in the kitchen or whatever. I get the hottest cup of water I could find, like piping hot. I go and give it to her. She tells me, no, this is not hot enough. I want it hot. I want it hell hot. And I'm like, lady, I've never been there, so I wouldn't know how essentially the water would be there, but I'll see what I can muster up. Let me go back and get some more water. So I had them boil some water. I'm sorry, they already had water boiling, so got that water and then put it in the microwave and then brought it back out. And according to her, that was hot enough.
How do you want something that hot?
Her demeanor, right when she said that, like I knew something was about her. Like apparently she was I don't know if it was a journalist or if she was like a CEO of some company, but I forgot what it was.
Like a no nonsense type of person.
Yeah. Like that was her whole demeanor. And of course, it was a sister too, as well. It was a sister, so she made sure that she was very direct in what she wanted. So
right.
And then after a while, she's like, yeah, I just want to, kind of give you a critique of how you did. You did okay. I would just da-da-da this next time. And then she left me like a $25 tip, and she only ordered like probably $11 worth of stuff. But, just by her starting off, like, she's very direct. Like, you tell she was a professional and she wanted to be treated like a professional, and that, as long as you followed instructions, things are cool, I guess.
People are willing to pay for it. People are willing to pay for a good experience. Write that down, guys. You can monetize a good experience.
Oh yeah.
That's what you need to walk away from that story with as a side example. Of course he was able to spot the significance and the importance of the person by just, looking at context clues and how they behave. And this is something that people do sometimes subconsciously. Like you might walk past somebody and you might assume they're a bum at a glance. But you look again, they're just somebody with their own individual style, hopping into a Benz. You don't know what's going on in the world if you were to really just go by how you perceive things. So I'm bringing it back to perception again because I want to prove to you that there is a correlation of all things. You could almost link every subject together to each other like a train in a way.
Connecting the dots.
There you go. That's exactly where that comes from. So what we're going to get into next. No, first, okay, let me let you know this, guys. Go ahead and comment. Let us know what's good. For my Spotify viewership, we were definitely just watching DJ Self rocking a man weave and showing it off and stuff like that. So, definitely swing on by the Let's Get Paid Studios YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, it just touches me in my special place. When you touch me in my special place, it makes me giggle. You guys didn't hear that. This is like a aside. A theatrical aside, Shakespearean aside, whatever the fuck. Okay, anyway. Next subject. Michael Cohen. Michael Coherent. Michael has been getting sassy on Trump. He's been getting sassy, y'all. Just been talking that shit. He's letting it all out. He's been this man's lawyer for 10 years. He knows where the skeletons are, and he's finna give you a map. And he's like, go find that shit, y'all. Let's get this man off the bench. It's funny how, like, people turn against the hand that was feeding them once it stops feeding them. Trump should learn to feed his dogs. They might not bite him. They might not bite him. You got enough food. We seen all that KFC, dog.
And that McDonald's.
All that
nuggets, the sodas, the apple pies. We seen it all.
The fish fillets. I seen that too.
Full spread. A fast food feast.
Pizza.
What it is Trump wants loyalty, but he's disloyal to everybody. How you want loyalty, but you're disloyal? Had he been loyal to Cohen would have continued to be loyal to him. That's just what it is. And the fact that you wasn't, and the fact that you didn't back him up, now he's going to spill the beans on everyone. He's already spilled the beans on everything about everything there is to know about you.
He done drop.
So you're done. Like, this is the beginning of the fucking end for you.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Cohen could even lie, and tell some lies that kind of seem like,
it's the truth.
It's not far-fetched.
Because he's already going down for perjury.
Yeah, that guy's singing like Lauryn Hill and Sister Act 2. Just going in.
Oh, happy day!
Yes, that's exactly how he's doing right now.
For real. Like, he ain't playing no games.
He's
like,
not, yeah.
He's taking a note from Tekashi 6ix9ine, yo. He's hoping if he gets trucked out of office, we'll feel sorry for him and let him off the hook. I'll tell you something, man. We're not gonna feel sorry for you, dog.
Yeah, we're definitely not gonna feel sorry for you.
You was helping him get away with this shit for years.
He's over there really grabbing women by pussies, and you was over there paying them off. So he's over there grabbing pussies, and you paying off the pussies that he's grabbing. You are pathetic. Like, you deserve everything that you're getting right now. Your fake ass looking like a knockoff of George Clooney, just the retarded version.
That was a good one.
I'm sorry, retarded is not correct. I apologize. He looks like the special version of George Clooney, yo. Nobody feels bad for you at all. You're getting all of your comeuppance right now. Period. You should have been spilled the beans from the beginning. So, yeah, like, continue spilling, continue snitching, so we can take that and ring fucking. Let me just calm down. I just get so excited when it comes to Trump.
It's okay.
Getting impeached.
It's all right to get. I think we all get excited at just the mere thought of it, But let's really think about what that means. Pence.
Oh God.
I mean, the fact that Trump left the summit in Vietnam early, just because Cohen was out there, going in front, spilling the beans, as you said. Man, totally dismissed his duties representing the country over there. He just was like, you know what? I gotta go hurry up and catch this opera. This man over here singing. You know what, Kim Jong-un? I'm gonna holler at you later, man. I gotta roll out, man.
You had this nice spread for me and all, but I really gotta get going. There's a thing I gotta do. President and all. Yeah, but we'll get together. We'll get together. You had to put we'll get together.
We'll get together. We'll get together.
666 hands. Sit your ass down.
You gotta jack 2 imaginary dicks.
Wow.
We're gonna get this together.
Oh.
That's how he jacks his old tiny dick. He's like, gotta get this together. Get it together. Tiny hands can only do a tiny okay. It's a little okay, all right? It's not all the way okay.
He's over there jacking Kim Jong-un's little ass dick and fucking Putin's little ass dick while Putin is over here pissing on him.
But you don't mean that about Kim Jong-un. Take it back.
Okay, I'm sorry, Kim Jong-un.
I'm sorry. We don't want any of that North Korea.
Yeah, I don't want that. Y'all niggas is real on point with it.
Just when he walked out of the nuclear treaty and shit, like you just walked away from Like this whole meeting was supposed to be about him getting rid of the nuclear shit.
Oh,
and he
my
didn't
bad,
do that.
Kim Jong-un.
So he's still sitting on that shit. Look, we don't want
no smoke at all.
Nigga, they threatened Seth Rogen when they did The Dictator, dog. The North Koreans threatened that dude, man, for the movie The Dictator.
In theaters, he's about to get us all killed for that movie.
It was funny.
It was funny though when they walked into the fake grocery store.
Oh my
God. Dropped it anyway, man.
All the fruit looked the same every single day.
It's like, this isn't real.
It was like, sorry, Kim, I'm sorry, but
that was a funny story.
Movie.
That part was based on something real. Like it was really a fake grocery store for this.
Oh my God!
But hey, no, we don't want no beef. Still.
We don't want no beef. We don't want no smoke. We don't want none of that.
None of that.
It's all in fun. Everything that we're saying is jokes. It's not meant to be serious. But
like
Trump
basketball.
really do be over here jacking on small dicks. That is very much the truth, and he gets pissed on, and he's over here grabbing pussies. So it's like you're gay or you're bisexual, or I don't know what to really label your sexuality.
And whatever you choose to be is okay.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with nobody's sexuality except for Trump's. He's like,
yeah, let's
he's
make
just
that
the worst
clear.
human being on the planet.
That's not, definitely we come from a culture to where we kind of use that to diss. And it's never been, in my mind, it never equated to, me talking about an individual's actual preference. But yeah, like, okay, if I were to call somebody the expletive, the F word, back in the day, it wasn't like
the French word for cigarette.
There we go. Like if I had to say some shit like that to somebody in anger, it's not me really making a comment on their sexuality, because whatever they did more than likely wasn't of a sexual nature that pissed me off. So
it was about the characteristics of the person. It's
like I attributed my own definition for it that doesn't apply to the real definition for it. So, but still, we can't.
I use that word? Did I use it?
What?
Did I say it?
What are you talking about?
No,
you're not.
I thought I mentioned it. Oh,
you did okay. This isn't really any. It don't have nothing to do with what you did.
Okay.
This is just me establishing.
I get what you mean.
Since we're on the subject.
Yeah, and then all of us use the word without it being in a connotation of that whole sexual preference group. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never against that group. It was like a cuss word.
Yeah, there you go. It's like it was a foul word that we grouped the other foul words, and we knew it was foul, so we say it at people that we didn't like.
Exactly.
And I realize that practice is wrong. So I'm gonna try to correct myself if I ever do say some crazy shit like that. I apologize. It's not due to me hating any specific group or anything like that.
It barely gets used these days, if you notice.
Yeah, because it's dangerous.
I mean, even that phrase too, like a similar, not necessarily a similar phrase, but a phrase when people used to be like, "Oh man, that's gay." You know what, man? Oh man, that's gay. It took commercials with Lizzie McGuire and Wanda Sykes to actually, say like, that's not a correct way to address something when something bad happens. Like, what it would be like if something bad happened and I was like, oh man, that's a freckle kid with red hair. That's whack. Like she kind of flipped the script on him to let him know, like, nah, that's not a correct way to say something of misfortune. So that's those type of phrases, have been phased out, man. But the way how this 45 guy's been doing things in office, he's been trying to just, it's like down with the minorities to a certain extent, and just, whatever happens. But like he said during the Charlottesville, situation, there was good people on both sides. How can someone be a domestic terrorist, a good person? This person tipped his Lyft driver, but then he turned around and ran some lady over. He's a good person because he tipped. No, that's not the same comparison, dude. So for him to be a symbol to encourage hatred, I should say, or encourage open chastisement, bigotry. I believe when he leaves office, they're not gonna let you think those racist, bigot people are just gonna go back into hiding. No, they don't want to go back. They've taken off their mask already. Who wants to go back to putting back on their mask? So that's the thing that's gonna lead to, I believe, the revolution, or at least the riots on both sides. That's why I said we need allies, because there's still, white people that despise other races, white people. Like, they can't stand them. Like, they'll tell your ass up, F you, you know what I'm saying? How dare you talk to this person this way? We've seen videos like that. Yeah. So those are the allies we need when this gets ready to pop off, because it's coming. Like, there's no denying this shit, especially if they're going to remove Trump from office. If it gets to that point, you're not going to let him go without a fight. That's what I'm going to do.
Get cool and swerve.
That's real.
That was real shit, You guys need to ingest all this, because we're going to watch what Michael Cohen has to say about what he's done. This is about 2 minutes. So we're going to give y'all a little, you're going to let it hear it come out the horse's mouth. And he looks kind of like a fish from one of the SpongeBob cartoons, or either a Muppet from Muppets Tonight.
Looks like a guy named Lazy Larry.
He looked tired. He looked sad.
He's about to go to prison for another man that not even gonna give him fucking pardon or nothing like that. He ain't gave him no word or anything like that. So he's literally about to roll over.
Acknowledge that I have made my own mistakes, and I have owned up to them publicly and under oath. But silence and complicity in the face of the daily destruction of our basic norms and civility to one another will not be one of them. I did things and I acted improperly, at times at Mr. Trump's behest. I blindly followed his demands. My loyalty to Mr. Trump has cost me everything. My family's happiness, friendships, my law license, my company, my livelihood, my honor, my reputation, and soon my freedom. And I will not sit back, say nothing, and allow him to do the same to the country. Indeed, given my experience working for Mr. Trump, I fear that if he loses the election in 2020, that there will never be a peaceful transition of power. And this is why I agreed to appear before you today. In closing, I'd like to say directly to the President, we honor our veterans even in the rain. You tell the truth even when it doesn't aggrandize you. You respect the law and our incredible law enforcement agents. You don't villainize them. You don't disparage generals, Gold Star families, prisoners of war, and other heroes who had the courage to fight for this country. You don't attack the media and those who question what you don't like or what you don't want them to say. And you take responsibility for your own dirty deeds. You don't use your power of your bully pulpit to destroy the credibility of those who speak out against you. You don't separate families from one.
Yeah. Okay. I have no sympathy for you, you fucking, what can I call him?
Kermit face motherfucker.
Yeah.
Kermit look better than him.
Are you meteorite fetus? He's a meteorite fetus. That's not offending anybody.
Damn.
You are a meteorite fetus.
Meteorite fetus.
MF. Unless I offended a fetus. I apologize. All right. So yeah, you heard this guy talk, and I don't really. I feel like when you're there, and say that when you're cashing your check, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait until you're on trial and they finna take your freedom away to get on a soapbox and say all this. It's almost like, what are you doing this for?
Exactly.
You would have been better off just quietly going on in, man. But at the same time, if it comes if you want to take them down with you, I'm all for it, man. Do what you got to do. But just know it means Pence. That's all it means. And it only means Pence. Nobody's going to revote for Pence at this point. So we got to just tough it out. Because this could really pop within the next 2 weeks. You know what I mean? We still have the Mueller investigation going on. And this dude
That's been going on for years.
He's been quiet as kept in the midst of all the. I ain't heard. I don't know. I mean, okay. If y'all were to Google something that came out around this time and you saw something about what Mueller said, I'm not privy to it because I've been kind of following this. But
Mueller has been quiet. I haven't heard anything about Mueller during this whole shit with Michael Cohen.
I think he's preparing to strike.
It's going to be catastrophic. That whole family won't go down. You know that, right?
Oh, it's about to be ugly, yo. And
it's a shitstorm, and he about to get showered.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Didn't bring an umbrella either. He's gonna be covered. He's gonna be a brown boo boo baby.
Don't got no galoshes and nothing. Just striding through that shit.
But anyway,
that whole family's gonna go down. Damn.
It's cold blooded, man. It's cold. It's a cold world, like J. Cole would say. It's a cold world. Cold world. But speaking of the future, Future says no fat girls, man.
Whoa.
What's up with that? What's up with that,
what?
Future?
He don't like BBWs at the spot?
What?
You don't want to party?
Tripping, Future. You tripping, man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man. Apparently, Future doesn't like fat women at his party. And fat, of course, is a subjective statement as well. We're not gonna answer any of those. Fuck that. I did use Squarespace.
Now, I ain't one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicles Speak.
Child, they say your boy Future is doing the most right now. He was at Club Story in Miami, and apparently if you were a female that was over a certain weight criteria, you weren't allowed in the club. Take a look at this.
Just got news that this is true, that Future said nobody was in the club, and he has all the rights to do so. In Miami, this club, this is just a regular club, and I'm just trying to understand really why this is like a thing. Why is he allowed to put those rules in place, and just it's like the discrimination is insane to me. And it's not that I wanted to see Future personally, because I don't give a damn about no fucking rappers, but it's the fact that it's a thing in 2019 where we can say, well, no fatties in the club.
So she was on the way to the club and her friend told her not to come. She was like, I'm already in the Uber. Her friend was like, I was just told no plus sizes in the club for Future, but we can find somewhere else. Girl was like, what? Excuse me? What is this?
Alright, so I have my friend here who I got the information from about Future, and she'll say what she heard.
So the promoter said that Future requests no big girls allowed in the club store. And it's on South Beach, it's common, but no plus sizes.
And then is it every time he comes?
Yeah, every time.
Damn. See? Fuck Future.
So upon looking on Twitter, what I'm seeing is that a lot of clubs and club promoters on South Beach do not allow women in over a certain size.
So basically, just to kind of summarize what's going on here, Future told a bouncer to not let any plus size women in a club in Miami that he was at. So that night he wanted nothing but skinny, non-plus size women. And I wouldn't say skinny, but just non-plus size women. So it's just like, that's kind of fucked up and humiliating. Like if you get to the door, if you get turned around because of your size, you go from being somebody that was in line to somebody who got put out of line. When you're put out of line, you're a spectacle. You know, there's various ways you can get put out of line. You can get put out of line by security. You can get pulled out of line by a nigga that had that. You remember that time we was at the club and that nigga asked that nigga, anybody who whoop my ass, I give him $100 right now.
Oh boy, do I remember that shit.
That's one hell of a way to get pulled out of the line, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take you down a memory lane. We didn't think we were going here, but we have arrived at Storytime Station.
Oh man,
Storytime Station.
Man, missed this.
Oh, we're gonna get right back to him. We're gonna get right back to him. But this is just while we're here.
While we're here, yeah. Let's enjoy the scene, please.
I'm tell you about it. So we're at Prime Time. Prime Time, if you're uninitiated, is a club in Atlanta, Georgia. Not Atlanta, Georgia, I guess technically. That's how everybody else outside of Atlanta, Georgia would think about it. But it's really Decatur, Georgia.
Yes, sir. Straight from the deck.
And we were there that night. It was a free line. So when you get in the free line, you got to wait in line with everybody else. All the common folk didn't want to pay $20 to skip the long-ass line. Now, in this line, you experience all type of weather inside of this biome. We're talking cold weather. We were once crowded around a lighter.
Yes.
Trying to get warm.
Somebody trying to pull a black mile.
Yeah, trying to pull a black mile.
You got like 6 hands over it, trying to make sure your homie get to light the black mile. Then you pass it around, whatever.
It was teamwork. Niggas came together, all for the sake of twerk.
Oh yeah,
all for the sake of twerk. We just wanted a little twerk.
Just some twerk.
We didn't want anything else. We didn't want to hurt anybody. Just wanted a little twerk. So anyway, this guy comes to the place where you get twerk, trying to fight. He was already fucking up at that point. He was already out of place. This is not a boxing ring. This is a place where young ladies are coming to look nice. And you're supposed to admire them and say, hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? Can I have a dance? Back then, we was just pulling them by the waist.
yeah, it sure was, man.
Different times now, guys. Different times.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, he comes up to the line or whatever. He's like, anybody that could whoop my ass, I'll give him $100 right now. So everybody's just looking. It's a little tiny, skinny ass nigga. Talking about like he make T.I. look like a big man. Big man, T.I.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You talking about like T.I. back when like he was the Kang and 24's T.I. like. Yeah. ATL T.I.
The Bone Crusher video. Yeah, I don't know that T.I. That was a fire ass verse. But it's crazy because anyway, some dude, how'd it go, Brennan? I forgot.
Oh yeah. The guy was like, I give $100 right now to anybody that could whoop my ass. And like you said, the T.I. size dude, actually, he was smaller than T.I. Made T.I. look big at that time. You know, he come out, he's like, all right, nigga, I do it. What's up? Nigga looks shocked, like, oh, you gonna step up to my challenge? He actually takes off his chain, puts it down on the ground. What happened?
dude was talking shit to him. So dude walked up. Literally a dude walked because he was talking so much shit. A big ass dude walked up to him and was like, "It's good." Like he didn't really even say much. I don't know what he said. All I know is nigga was talking shit. Yeah, you know what my I know he said, bah! Punch nigga. But it wasn't such a weak punch like I just showed you. It was like a pretty good quick piece. And the nigga was like linked on his car like this.
Oh, and then I'm thinking about another night. Okay, so this is over. Okay. Okay.
This is the most gangster shit I've ever seen at the club. He reaches around boy neck, take the chain off his neck, puts it on his neck.
Yeah.
Back in the line.
Yeah.
He's back in the free line with us. He's back in the free, huh?
That was $100, I guess.
$100. The old boy was too dazed to go in his wallet. Anything like that. He could have did a real dirty, just shook him down real quick the way he was dazed. The old boy was like literally like, he didn't know what the fuck happened. I ain't never
Sleep?
He wasn't asleep. He was there but not present.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to describe it. Yeah.
Like if somebody called his name in a roll call, he would have missed it 5 times and he would have been looking dead at the teacher. Like he looking around at everybody else. Like we all looking at him like he looking at us like I'm looking at him like, whoa, nigga, you got knocked the fuck out kind of. But you still up though. But you're not doing that though. It ain't gonna be that. Like you might as well just, and then I know a dude just it seemed like he waited to see what was gonna happen a little bit. Dude was really just linked, like quiet as a mouse. Ain't had shit to say. Took it off his chest, put it on him, hopped back in the free line, and we all black. We all had on black tees. It would be hard as fuck to like. That dude was already drunk, so he really probably couldn't call that nigga out if he really had to. So what happened was he come up to the line of police. So we already like this is the line. You got the barricade like this, right?
Yeah.
So the barricade is like this. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 niggas next to each other. The line don't funnel up until you get all the way up in there. So you really having to look, you know, I'd imagine his boys probably hit him a little bit. And he, you know, the niggas in the club partying with the hoes and shit afterwards, getting some twerk. Got a new chain on his neck. Old boy went and got the police trying to find him in the line and shit. Pulled a fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine trying to find him in the line and shit. And never found the nigga. You seen the nigga in the club. We looking like right at the nigga. Like, yeah, this nigga's in here. He's having one hell of a night.
One hell of a night, man. Just by knocking a nigga.
Wow. All those the time that on some like, you fucking him. Hop back in this line.
Yeah.
Because you done sat up there and just stayed. Had that man like sleep. Done.
Well, you said everything was on perspective, right?
No, I think the whole consensus.
That guy was drunk, so he was over there talking shit. So I can see it. So my whole thing is that the guy didn't come to the dude that wound up knocking him out, or was it just like I'm gonna punch you in the face because you challenged him?
He squared up.
I mean, he made that challenge to everybody in the line.
It was like, imagine somebody begging you to whoop his ass, like, and he's thinking nobody in their right mind, because we're normal human beings and we understand there's consequences for actions like that.
Exactly.
This man forgone the chance of getting locked up and everything. Stole a man, he whooped the man's ass with one blow. One blow left him linked on a car that we assumed is his car. Because it was parked right in front of the line, which is an odd place to park your shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think you could pay for that kind of parking. So, because the paid parking is off to the side somewhere. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But he had his car parked up there. He hopped out his shit right then and was just talking shit. Just a little short nigga talking shit. The cash money. Talking it all. He wanted all the smoke. He wanted to be in the sauna with the door closed.
Why give somebody like that attention? That's what I'm asking.
Because it was a stunt moment. Like,
now I think about it, maybe Buddy. I don't think Buddy was even from around there, man. Because nigga, what in your right mind would make you drink? Well, you gonna drink, but why would you go to a line
Yeah.
Covington Highway, right around the corner from Glenwood, and talk some shit, nigga. Like, I give somebody $100 right now if they can whoop my ass.
Glenwood.
I mean, a female could have whooped his ass at that point if he was that drunk.
Yo, he really could have probably got whooped by a female. That shit looks
So
easy.
it's like it was set. To me, it was seeming like a setup because if you was really about your shit, you got knocked out. You got knocked out because you went and gave that challenge out. You should have just took that knockout as it is what it is and went about your business. But no, you felt some type of way and then you called the police. So it sounds like a fucking setup. Because what it is you thought that you was gonna actually get somebody that was smaller than you or about your size. Everybody that was probably on that line was bigger than you. Even the smallest female was probably bigger than you. So you was gonna get fucked up and knocked out regardless. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then he was inebriated. So that automatically brought your senses from where they probably would have been all the way down. You see what I'm saying?
He ain't no drunken master.
Like he set himself up for failure. And not only did you set yourself up for failure, you was looking like a clown. You got clowned, and then you got robbed. Like that was stupid. Was everybody laughing at this nigga on the line?
Oh, of course they were. Like they was just like, damn, like yeah. That's exactly what it was like.
Exactly. I mean, like when he got hit, it was literally like.
Oh my God.
It's just like that. Game over, yeah. Like imagine Mario. It took just like the whole motion of him falling was just like Mario getting hit, jumping and falling from the sky. It took about that long.
Mario shrinking from the regular size Mario to baby Mario.
He was fucking baby Mario.
Yeah.
Damn.
No pun intended.
What's the monster name? King what?
King Koopa.
King Koopa just knocked your ass out.
Fucking Bowser came over there.
Bowser.
Koopa punched your ass in the face. But no, let's not forget about Future though. You know, Future.
Oh my God.
You gotta fire you up real quick, man. You can't be dissing the big girls. The big girls are the move. I don't know if you've been on Instagram lately, but they are dominating the scene. They're dominating it. Period. Like.
And I look at it like, what nigga you was on a hunt for your next baby mama? Cause you ain't wifing no bitch up with your punk ass. You such a, now I'm really not going to music no more. I'm done. Cause how dare you? And by the way, I'm BBW. That's why I'm going in on this motherfucker. Like, how dare you? Like, most of the big women that's out here look way better than half of the skinny women that's out here. Like, how dare you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, I love a healthy woman. You know what I mean? A nice, thick. You know, I'm like Drake. You know, I pay to make it bigger. I don't pay for no reductions. That's how it is, yo. You know, the bigger the better. Big lots. Fucking Whole Foods, Sam's Club, Costco. That's how a nigga like to shop. You know what I mean? Y'all like to go to the Dollar Tree. I like to get my shit in bulk. You know what I mean? Like,
we get your analogy.
I'm just saying though, like, you want the big piece of cake or you trying to have a sliver sandwich? I mean, what's good? Like, what's good?
Yeah. It's just like, why even take it there? Why they just couldn't be there? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get why you discriminated against them. That was discrimination.
It really was.
They can go and have a class action suit against your ass now. You stupid idiot.
Well, you shouldn't have told nobody that was going to destroy. I don't know.
Like,
I guess he had to tell them what was going on. I can't let you in. Why? Because you're a big girl. What? Like, you fucking up the security guard. Like, the security guard over here, you know how people like to shoot the messenger. Ain't no telling what the fuck happened to the security guard that night. It was going to be a rough night for that security guard.
I mean, I just don't get why he did it. I don't understand.
I mean, when I was out there,
like, why?
When I was out there in Miami, like certain clubs, like, you know, they let, you know, exotic women in like that. But mostly black women in certain clubs, they got to be twice as hot to get in, you know. So this is probably one of those situations where Future was just like, I'm paying all this money. If y'all want y'all kids soccer practice paid for the next 12 months or whatever, then y'all better do as y'all told, or else I'm gonna go to some other club and party, and who knows. But yeah, that's in my opinion that
It wasn't wise.
it shouldn't have got to that point, man. Like, you know, these women probably, you know, where they came from. They just wanted to come party, have a good time, you know, have fun. But you know, mad limitations. So yeah, they gonna get something out of them because of that. Like I'm sure they'll have a nice, healthy attorney that's gonna, you know, turn this into something big.
Yeah, so you just basically agreed to give them a stimulus package.
Pretty much.
So,
I wish I was there because I would have been so happy to take your stimulus package. I would have been so happy.
You can't really blame. You can't blame the venue for that one. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit.
But you can't.
No, you
it's still
really.
Discriminating. Not only is your client discriminating, you're discriminating as well. So you can blame them. You're in cahoots with what the fuck is you're what's the word? An accomplice to what he's doing.
I gotta figure out whether Future was like, whether he was.
I can see it because he's not the only person that I've heard that.
Was it his party? If it was his party and he was renting the venue, then while he's renting that venue, he can conduct it however he wants to. But he'll be like the one that's called for.
It's still discrimination. You can't be discriminatory against anybody, no matter what the venue is.
And I want to make it clear that we're not in disagreement here on the fact that discrimination in any shape or form is not cool. You know what I mean? Where one person can go, all people should be able to go. You know what I mean? And I'm even really thinking about pushing for animal rights as far as them being able to go in the grocery stores.
Fuck that.
That's a whole nother.
Hell no, nigga. I'm not sharing an hour with no damn ostrich walking down the grocery store, bro.
Let's not take it there, because there's a whole bunch of people that's nasty that got dogs and cats and shit. No, you do not need that. That's a whole nother subject.
I think that's
We're talking about human beings.
And I think that's interesting to bring up because certain rules are made because not everybody does right. Like you could count on a small bit of the populace to do the right thing in some situations, allowed with enough freedom allotted, but some people just run wild, and it goes back. Give them an inch, they take a mile.
I don't understand why he did what he did, and it's kind of pissing me off even thinking about it. Like, why was it a big deal that they were there? Why was it a big deal that you had to single them out? Like, why?
See, now you got to go back through all Future's videos and see if he has any BBWs.
I mean, but then it makes
see if that was really his.
I've also heard that Lloyd was like that too. Lloyd has said some shit like that about heavyset women too. And it's just like, y'all niggas is not the finest niggas in the industry. And if Drake, who's one of the top niggas that if he's one of the top niggas in the industry that still gives love to BBWs, what makes you any better? Like, who are you? You're not even at Drake's level, really, technically. Like, what does the size of a woman have to do with who she is as a person? You know what I'm saying? And people, when they go out, they going out to have a good time. What was the point of you discriminating a whole bunch of women? For what? Your preference? Like, it's still going to be a whole bunch of your preference at the club. So I don't understand why he did that. Like,
I think Future and especially with all this success Sierra having in a new relationship, to where he wanted the atmosphere to be of his creation, to where he could pick and choose, you know, like who he's gonna go home with and stuff. I'm looking for a new Sierra. He's looking for it, like that song. I'm looking for.
That up lit. But I thought he married his first baby mama though. I thought he married his first baby mama.
Recently?
like after it was like during the whole Joey Chavez shit, or yeah, Bow Wow's baby mama. After she had Future's during the whole gender reveal and all that other stuff, he had like right after her having the baby, he went and married his first baby mama.
After
supposedly,
him and Sierra broke up.
Wait, this is way after him and Sierra been done for a minute.
So I'm thinking at this point,
he's not gonna find another Sierra. Like that's just not gonna happen.
It's not right.
But he was dogging her out too. So I mean, come on. You don't deserve a good woman. That's just what that is. You don't. You're not a good dude. And now this proves it even more. So now you're gonna lose fans as well. Like for nothing. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to this shit no more. Promise you that. I don't care how good the song is. And he does make some good songs, but I'm good.
Codeine Crazy, a March Madness. I'm still bumping it though. I'm still bumping it. I don't want to be judged. But at the same time, I don't agree with his stance. And I think that's okay. And in this particular situation, I think it was a dumb move. He obviously didn't think it out. And, you really showed your hand there and alienated probably a good bit of your fan base there because, not everybody's like, skinny or smaller. There's some plus size women out there and they're looking good. They're beautiful just like everybody else. So that's the moral of the story. I think beautiful ladies should be able to go out and enjoy themselves and not worried about being embarrassed or anything like that. Cause there's nothing to be embarrassed about. You gotta just go out there and be yourself. You know what I mean? And people should allow you to be yourself. So that's not cool, Future. Don't down nobody for being a little overweight. People could what if it's shoes on the other foot and
you shouldn't be the past. You no longer the future.
But we got this next subject to talk about. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving because we're running a little behind time.
I didn't even know about that at all. Like, I'm glad y'all told me about that because I didn't even know. I'm finna put this nigga on blast all on my Facebook.
Put him on blast. You pulling out your phone now?
I don't got my phone.
You finna cancel his ass?
You done. Ass.
That's all it takes, y'all.
Adorn him.
There you go.
So the Momo challenge.
So today we're going to be talking about the Momo challenge. Now, a lot of my black people might not know about this, and I think I have to inform you. A lot of you guys have younger children and things of that nature, and this is something that's definitely attacking the youth here.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it. I do see it on my Facebook timeline a lot. And I heard it was something like evil, but then like earlier I seen that it wasn't whatever the connotation is not what it's really supposed to be. But that's a whole nother.
Yeah, it's basically like they send messages to I think it's through like Kik or something like that. Or no, it's WhatsApp. I think it's WhatsApp. They send a message to a name on WhatsApp, and then out of nowhere you get a message back telling you to do something. And if you do it, that's completing the Momo challenge. So it's been things as crazy as like put a knife up to your neck.
I've seen one where it says take a razor blade and or if you have a knife or something as sharp as it is and press it on your wrist and slide down. And if you see red stuff out, then that means it's good. And if it hurts, you should keep going. And if you don't, then Momo is going to come get you at night.
Wow. So imagine that to being said to a kid about 7, 6 years old, doesn't understand. And you see the way that everything else is posed around these kids, is like stuff like that. Like things get hit and things can die and come back to life and shape shift and all that stuff like that. So in the kids' world, it's all magical. Pause.
So this is just like a Candyman type shit. Just a newer age one because you're able to be more linked to social media.
Kind of.
I mean, the only thing is like Candyman just came in your fucking dreams or whatever, or came through the mirror or whatever the fuck. Bloody Mary type. It sounds like more of a Bloody Mary type, but yeah, I do know who Bloody Mary is, right? Or is that too past? That's too far.
We heard something about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it sounds like something like that. But it just sounds stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I heard kids were killing themselves or something because of this.
Yeah.
They committed suicide.
Because, I mean, that's essentially what the character is telling you to do. Like, you have to do this challenge, and if you don't do this challenge, then in the middle of the night, he's going to come get you. Because it pops off like you're watching an episode or something like Peppa Pig or, you know, Baby Shark, whatever the case may be. You're just watching something, and all of a sudden, Momo just cuts in. It's like a pinwheel, almost like the Riddler. Like when he had like that background, and then it has that scary looking demonic figure in the middle of it, you know, and it's speaking in the voice, hey, you know, hey kids, it's Momo again, it's your friend, you know, this time I want you to do this challenge. And of course you succeed in the Momo challenge. It's suicide, or turn on the gas stove while your parents are sleeping, or, you know, just things that kids should not be doing. And the reason why they do it is because they're in fear that Momo is going to come out the tablet or the laptop or whatever device they're looking this at, and really going to come get them. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, my bro just broke it down for you guys on exactly how this can go down. I think we should all definitely have a closer look at what our kids are watching on YouTube, especially during this time until this fad passes, because you're going to get a lot of copycats during this time as well. So expect to see more of this.
Yeah.
You know, and be aware. This is what we're letting you know for. So we're definitely not going to stay on that too long, but just know there's a Momo challenge going on. Telling kids to do bad things. It can pop up during any video. Just make sure you're watching what they're watching. Now, we got to talk about cloning. Yeah. Well, that was Queen Green, everybody.
Queen Green.
She is now leaving the studio. What we're going to talk about here is the scary reality that we have of cloning. Now, this is something that caught my interest due to this artist named Kid Buu, who claimed that it's pretty much a clone, and he was been cloned and all this other stuff like that by some company called Clonaid. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and check that thing out. Now, this video is Kid Buu with his clone. So check this shit out.
What's up, Jabot here, and today we have a new video, and it comes from a Kid Buu. And as I'm sure you guys know already, man, for the past few months, everybody has been talking about this guy who claims that he's a clone and stuff like that. And it first started with a interview with DJ Vlad, where he said that he was a second generation clone and he was in a clonaid or whatever you want to call it. Now, ever since he said something about this clone thing, he's been trying to milk this entire clone thing for a very long time now. And just today, he actually went on Instagram Live and he apparently exposes his clone. And right now, so many people on social media are trying to figure out how in the world did he get another person like him on an Instagram Live video, man, because this whole thing is live. It's not no Instagram video or anything like that.
Live?
Yeah.
We top live yet though?
Nah.
Alright. I'm gonna wait till we get top live. Now I'm gonna expose myself. I'm tired. I want to clarify everything. Right here, today. Right now. So, I'll wait. Record your screens. If you hate Kid Boo, you definitely gonna want to record your screens. If you doubt me, think I'm a liar, I'm gonna come clean today, and I'm gonna air everything out. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. So, record your screens. Alright, y'all were talking about the thought I was lying. Sure you want me to do this?
There we go.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Go ahead. What y'all gotta say now? You see him. We got the same tattoos, same hair, same genetic structure. Hey, look at my clone. Go ahead. What do you gotta say now? I mean, I'll wait all day.
Little Bart Simpson said, touch it. So, obviously, that one was pretty much fake or whatever. But I don't know how he maneuvered it and got it on. There's probably some way he did it. But yeah, I could do some shit like that with a tripod. You know, I was just talking about that.
Yeah.
So like, he has a tripod set up. You know, how come this isn't a more personal video with it like, yo, side by side, I see it like that. They taking selfies together and shit. But nah, this is clearly some old fucking. You can find out that it's not real, but there's some other shit that I was like, after looking into it, he claimed he was fucking cloned by a company called Clone-Aid, which actually happens to be a real company. It's a private company. And did a little research. So what we have here. So what we have here is basically a lady from Clone-Aid, which is a real place, real business, real private entity. This is C-SPAN. This video was uploaded 2016. So keep that in mind. All this predates all this Kid Boo shit. So let's have a look see here.
A private company called Clone-Aid. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation.
Sure. Tell us first what Clone-Aid is and what the company is working on right now.
Okay, so Clone-Aid is a private company. We founded that 4 years ago, got the funding to really have lab last August. And so now we have 3 scientists working almost full-time in a lab here in the United States with the major goal for us to produce a human embryo by human cloning.
Why do you want to do it?
There are several reasons. The first one is that why am I doing it myself is just because I think I had to do it. 4 years ago when I heard all the establishment saying this is so bad and all these things, I said I have to do it and show that this is only a baby. A little baby, the belated twin of an individual, and that's it. It's not a monster, it's not all, you know, what we have been hearing so many bad things about this baby. And so we decided to do that 4 years ago. Now we are on the verge to have this first embryo.
And when do you suspect it will happen?
I don't want to be rushed into saying dates. What I'm saying is that we are in the process of doing it. We will check every possible defects before, so we'll need to make sure that the embryo is completely viable and before doing any implantation. So the soonest we could have an implantation is mid-April. It could be in a year from now because we want to make sure that this baby is completely and perfectly healthy.
As we did yesterday with our segment on human cloning, we'll be taking plenty of calls over these next 40 minutes, and we will leave the phone numbers on the bottom of the screen for Democrats, Republicans, and others. Our guest for this segment is Bridget Boisselier, who is a scientific director for a company called Clone-Aid, also is a visiting assistant professor of...
So keep this same woman in mind. I'm about to show you something that's progressed over some years. Because when you go make a company, you guys aren't just sitting around talking ideas. You're trying to make moves. Pretty sure they've been working on it way before they announced they were working on it. And seen some type of success to want to fund a company behind it. So
I'm very, very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve between us. You knew that, of course. Some suggested it, and I thought it was a good idea, actually. You won't have the right name. And, you know, for a long time, I thought that this press conference will be with the baby, the parents, the scientists, everybody surrounding me, and having pleasure announcing it. I'm alone. And there is a reason to that, is that it hasn't been easy to face the world with this announcement. And we have been discussing with the parents the last 3 months how we would handle today. And they decided not to show up yet. They will. I hope they will. And I wish them well. We started really to work with human eggs in January of this year. So it took us 3 months to finalize, and this is very short, and that's why I said, is it luck or is it hard work? I do believe it's hard work. But we had really good success very quickly and refined the technique for human eggs until spring, where we started to have implantation. We had 10 implantations, and 5 of them during the first 3 weeks were terminated spontaneously.
So 5 of them out of the 10 ones they had were terminated.
5 others were successful and are still successful. The first one was born yesterday. The next one is due in Europe next week.
So let's look at the date on this one. September 16, 2018, last year. So, do we see this on the news? No. But it's happening.
Of course not, man. Especially when it's got 29. I mean, the viewership for that post alone just lets you know that it's not modern or popular at the moment to what's going on in our current news ring.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the experiment that went, because that's what it is, it's an experiment, and it's going to be an ongoing experiment. How do we not know that some of these people are already walking among us, man? Or if they've been cloned before, because I mean, this is just one company, you know, willingly admitting things. There's so much more, man.
So much more. And that's what I want you to start doing, guys. Like when I bring things like this to you, when he comes through with his things that he has, you gotta research this stuff, because it's too much for us to debunk in one podcast. You know what I mean? It's too much for us to unpack for you, rather. Wrong vocab choice. It's too much for us to unpack. This package is way too large. Just know that. You hadn't heard about this. I just showed you the C-SPAN logo with that lady there. And I just showed you another video at a later time with her announcing that she pretty much did what she said she was going to do in that video those years ago. And she said they've been working on that 4 years prior to that. So it was in existence 4 years prior to when she was on C-SPAN. So for her to say they started in January of 2018, it was successful. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So they've been working on this, and just like my bro said, they could be walking among us now. You know what I mean? It's to the point to where if you were to like try to sit there and think about it this way, like it's making me want to consider natural births for my next child. You know what I mean? Because I don't want them to try to clone my baby real quick. Because the interesting thing is they always go, women go to these doctor visits and stuff like that. And they run all these tests. They could literally clone your baby and have somebody pregnant along with you. And then when your baby's born, swap your baby because they take your baby. It's crazy. You literally have to keep an eye on your child.
Wow. Never thought about it like that, man. But yeah, you're right. That could be a way. I mean, having births at the hospital, I mean, they already charge you a fortune anyway. And the umbilical cord, it's been proven, that they take that and they use that for different things because there's still so much nutrients within that. So it becomes various products, for hair care or for particular research or whatever the case may be. But now you're talking about the whole kid just taken and giving you a clone, and you wouldn't even know it.
Wouldn't even know it. It'll just be but your baby might come out sick. Your baby might, I don't mean to wish bad, but these are all possibilities. I want you guys to understand that this is a world full of possibilities, and nothing can sound too crazy, especially when it comes to people you care about. So look into, doing some natural births. I know I will, because, I definitely want to make sure that they're getting the natural medications, and everything goes smooth, and I don't have to worry about my baby being messed up. Like, just, go the natural route, try it out. Anything you want to say on that subject, Samantha, or are you good?
Oh man, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Like you summed that up well, bro. Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
But I got some great news, guys. After this whole cloning shit, we gotta lighten the mood a little bit, put a little color in your day. And they got R. Kelly. And to celebrate, we need to go ahead and play this video right here. I think this is a very fitting video for the moment, just to remind us, as much as we've been ripping on R. Kelly, somebody beat it to us a few days ago. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, bro.
Oh man,
not a few days ago, some years ago, actually.
80s kid, man. It's like this was a self-fulfilling prophecy, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I guess we'll just jump right into it so you guys already know what's going on here.
Relatively speaking.
I want to see R. Kelly.
R. Kelly's not seeing anybody.
But I'm selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yo, let the kid in, man.
Little girls like me, I'm a singer. Oh, that's why I got you wrapped around my finger. I got a camera, snap the shooters. Oh, I like them young like Jerry Lee Lewis. Girl, I'm so glad you came backstage. If anybody asks, lie about your age. Pay no attention to my friends. Smile and look into the lens. I'll record it, just don't report it. Don't worry, I've done this before. I got tape stacked on the floor. I'm the greatest statutory baby. Hasn't been long since you played with your dolls, but press on the field means you can't play ball. Batteries running, all the power. Oh, looks like I won't tape my golden shower. Don't tell authorities my name. Now I gotta go sing at the Olympic Games. You're my princess, I'm your prince. I'm taking one box of Thin Mints. I'll pay you later, you little jailbreaker. I guess it doesn't make much sense. I've created evidence to show I'm the greatest statutory baby. I believe I can get away with it. Yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh,
That's what he said, man. I believe I could get away with it. They just broke down to that bridge, man. What the fuck?
So yeah, that's pretty much how we're how it's funny to look at that. What the allegations aren't funny, but just knowing that Aries Spears is ahead of his time on that, and he was pretty much dictating now. I think the funniest part, most ironic part is, I know it don't make much sense. I created evidence.
Yeah.
You did. You fucking fool. You're a fool. Nobody needs you.
Like thinking this is gonna go for so long and like nothing's gonna happen. Like nobody's that untouchable.
Nobody's that untouchable.
No.
But just like a fucking slippery ass snake, he sometimes somehow wiggled out of our grasp. We now have Captain Saber Racist, Saber Rapist rather. You don't know if R. Kelly's racist, but I could give two fucks.
R. Kelly has made bail and he's now left jail after turning himself in and spending the weekend behind bars. Kelly appeared before a judge today on charges involving 4 women, 3 of them underage, and what his lawyers said. ABC's Lindsay Davis tonight from Chicago.
Tonight, embattled singer R. Kelly walking out of a Chicago jail after posting $100,000 bond late today. The 52-year-old entering a plea of not guilty to 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Prosecutors say they have both video and DNA evidence linking him to the abuse of 4 alleged victims, 3 of whom were between the ages of 13 and 17 at the time. Today, Michael Avenatti, who says he represents several clients associated with Kelly, says he's given prosecutors the second tape in 2 weeks that he claims shows R. Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old.
It leaves no question as to Mr. Kelly's guilt.
R. Kelly's attorney says as far as he knows, all of the alleged victims are lying.
I have no reason to believe that there is any tape of Mr. Kelly acting inappropriately in relation to these cases or that he's done anything else wrong.
But Kelly's brother, who's been estranged from the singer for years, says he believes the allegations against him.
Robert is like the devil. He's sick, almost like a person that's on drugs or a person that, that has an addiction.
So Kelly is out of jail for now, but according to court documents, if he doesn't make a payment of $161,000 in back child support by March 6th, he could be heading back to jail. David.
Lindsay Davis live in Chicago tonight for us. Lindsay, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC.
So you heard it, guys. Pretty much went ahead and bailed him out, $100,000 bond. And this basically, it was like a black lady who owned like a daycare that bailed him out. And she basically did it with the money, well, some of the money from her daughter's wrongful death lawsuit. So
yeah,
that was a mismanaged use of money. I don't condone that. Hopefully his ass go right back to jail, because we had him.
Yeah. It's like he escaped out the Venus flytrap, like, you know, those villains. I'm sure he's probably pulling out that costume that he wore in that Cassidy Hotel video with the bandit and the hat, like the Hamburglar. You know, probably put that attire on and he escaped. But like my bro just said, it's only a matter of time. Like, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. And with that being said, we'll have to close this thing out here, guys. It's been fun. I had a good time with you guys. Fun time on the cast show. We was casting, having a great time. And R. Kelly. Your time will come, R. Kelly. You can only escape so far. And you will be your own undoing, just like you have been up until this point. So, don't drop the soap, nigga.
Out.